What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and today we are going to be doing a top 10 list of my favorite movies of all time. Yes, thought about this one for a while, and I finally ranked them and got them down to the final 10. Some of these are true stories, some of these are sports, some of these are superheroes. Shocking, I know. But we will dive into that list momentarily. So with that being said, let's dive right in. I do have 3 honorable mentions that just missed making the list. 2 of them are superhero movies. 1 of them is a horror movie. We'll dive into the superhero movies first. The very first Avengers. I remember seeing it in theaters. It was amazing, incredible. I loved it. But it does not make this list. Still love the movie, don't get me wrong. The second honorable mention is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds, genius Deadpool movie. I thought it was great in theaters, and yeah, incredible. Loved it. And on to my third honorable mention. Did not see this one in theaters, obviously, because it came out in 1978. The original Halloween. Yes! I love that movie. My second favorite horror movie ever. But those are my honorable mentions, folks. And of course, we are going to go 10 to 1. Coming in at number 10 is Catch Me If You Can, a very true story starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, and Amy Adams. Genius movie about Frank Abagnale, about how he got through the system, about how he scammed the system, fake checks, all that. And it took him years to catch him. And the movie is just genius. It's my favorite DiCaprio movie. That might be a hot take, but I enjoy it thoroughly. It's a great movie. My favorite scene from that movie is when he escapes police custody on an airplane somehow, and he's in the bathroom. Tom Hanks is the FBI agent. He goes in there, he looks around, and he just looks at the other FBI agents like, how did he escape from here? Genius movie. I love it. Like I said, it's my favorite DiCaprio movie, and that's coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, our first sports movie on this list, Moneyball, starring Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill, and a pre-star Chris Pratt. Moneyball is a very true story, another true story, about the Oakland Athletics and how they used the budget that they had, which was very small compared to the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox, and somehow they won the most consecutive games in MLB history at that point. Brad Pitt kills it in this movie. I'm not a big Brad Pitt guy, but I thought he played the role of Billy Beane very well. And Jonah Hill did great, of course. And yeah, the true story about this, and I still wish they would have won the World Series, but they're still searching for that World Series. Moneyball coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is another true sports story, Miracle. Now, this might be the only movie on my list that has only one big star in Kurt Russell. The 1980 U.S. hockey team that defeated the Soviet Union. Biggest upset in sports history, and I think it's a genius movie. There's a bunch of no-name actors because they picked those actors on their hockey ability, which it's much easier to teach people how to act than it is to play hockey, so fair point. But Kurt Russell played this role brilliantly. A skating scene where he's making them skate back and forth, and eventually one of them just says, "Play for the United States of America." And Kurt Russell just goes, "Okay, gentlemen, that's all." Love the movie, always have. I saw it in theaters in 2004. And yes, coming in at number 8, Miracle. Coming in at number 7 is another sports movie, and I thought it was a true story for the longest time, but it is indeed not. Warrior, starring Nick Nolte, Tom Hardy, and Joel Edgerton. The UFC fighting, they all enter this tournament to win money, and nobody knows that Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy are brothers, and of course, they meet in the finals. And yeah, they find out, I believe right before the fight, that they're brothers. I wanted to see this movie in theaters, but they took it out so quickly. I don't know why. It's a genius movie. I love it. I'll watch it anytime it's on. And the ending is just kind of crazy. It will get you. So yeah, Warrior, number 7. Love that movie. Coming in at number 6, and this was a tough one to rank because 6 and 5 were tough at this point. It was the toughest part of the list, but we'll get to 5. 6 is one of my favorite movies ever, of course, Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Russell Crowe, Joaquin Phoenix, Russell Crowe fighting a tiger. I saw this movie in the 7th grade. I probably shouldn't have seen it then with everything that happened in that movie, but it's a genius story. It's brilliant. I've always loved this movie. I will watch it anytime it's on. It just got put on Netflix recently, so I'll have to check that out. Of course, again, they are making a Gladiator 2, which I will not be seeing. I can guarantee you that. But Gladiator coming in at number 6. It just missed the top 5. One of my favorite movies. And let's go to 5. Coming in at number 5 is my favorite horror movie of all time. Scream. Yes, Scream and Gladiator were so tough to rank. I know, 2 totally different movies. Scream, Neve Campbell, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, Jamie Kennedy, David Arquette, Courtney Cox. There's a bunch of people in that cast, man. Brilliant movie, and it changed the horror game with the 2 killers. Spoiler alert. And the scene where Sydney figures out Billy is the killer. She runs to Stu and says, "Stu, help." Surprise, Sydney. Oh, chills, man. I love that movie. First time I saw it, I was stunned. Scream, coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we haven't had any superhero movies yet. They're coming, don't worry. Avengers Endgame. That is what we call cinema, folks. 11-year build-up to this amazing, incredible movie. My theater was going nuts when everybody reappeared. Spider-Man, Black Panther, everyone was going nuts. It's a genius movie. They go back in time to try and stop Thanos. And yeah, CGI amazing, story amazing, Captain America and Iron Man kill it. The ending gets you with Iron Man dying. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it by now, I'm sorry. It's been like 4 years at this point. But yes, Avengers Endgame, one of my favorite movies. Avengers Assemble. My theater went nuts for that scene, and me too, rightfully so. And of course, the infamous line in Avengers Endgame. Thanos thinks he has the gauntlet. He thinks he's gonna do it again, and he goes, "And I am inevitable." And he snaps and he realizes he doesn't have the gauntlet. Iron Man raises the gauntlet, and my theater went berserk. And he goes, "And I am Iron Man." Snap. Tony Stark saves the day. Tony Stark doesn't make it out alive. Genius. Top 4. Just missed cracking the top 3, but let's go to 3. We are on to the top 3. Another superhero movie. Avengers Infinity War. Yes, it just beats out Endgame. They are both great movies. But something about the villain winning it all in the end and having the heroes come back. Brilliant. Captain America was hiding. They tried so hard to stop Thanos, but Thanos did it in the end. The end to that movie, my theater, you could hear a pin drop. That's how crazy it was. Everyone was like, "What?" And then, of course, they get him in the end. But Avengers Infinity War, brilliant storytelling. I think a little bit more brilliant storytelling than Endgame. But yes, coming in at number 3, Avengers Infinity War. Coming in at number 2, we're taking a break of the superhero movies for a bit. If you know me, you know what's coming at number 1. Number 2, my favorite sports movie of all time. My second favorite movie of all time, The Sandlot. Benny the Jet Rodriguez, Mike Vitar, Smalls. "You're killing me, Smalls." So many classic lines. It's just a great movie. The 30th anniversary was indeed this year of The Sandlot. And yes, I used to have a Benny the Jet Rodriguez jersey. I actually still do. I had one and then I rebought one. But yes, Sandlot has always been a fan favorite of mine. I've watched it plenty of times. I can quote it out the wazoo. Sandlot just missed the number 1 spot, but you know what's coming at number 1, folks, if you truly know me. And of course, coming in at number 1, surprise, surprise, The Dark Knight. Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman. It's a brilliant movie. It's a 10 out of 10 movie for me. The first time I saw this, I was with my Uncle Rick, and I thought I was going to be terrified of the Joker. And I kind of was, but I made it through the movie. I did not leave the movie, and here we are, 15 years later. The 15-year anniversary actually just passed, and it's my favorite movie of all time. I love Avengers, but Dark Knight was first, and it's a brilliant, brilliant story, and I will always love it. Heath Ledger is the greatest villain of all time, and I stand by that. And yes, that is my top 10 movie list. Comment your top 10 movies below. But I enjoyed doing this. I might have to rank some more. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. But comment what I should rank below. But with that being said, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Over 700 subs, folks. We're coming along. Just under 1 year. That's great. But until the next time, I'm Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and I will see you in the next one. Later!